Hello! Now let's begin. So my problem is with the color sensor, which I put right in the front, and I have also a distance sensor right below. And let me detail a little so you understand the situation, how things are going. So for our little software project that we are trying to integrate and code this little robot to move along in a warehouse and let's say take stuff from one end of the warehouse and move to the other, we have some ideas, and now we have sketched a final let's say layout of the whole thing. So we need to move this color sensor. You can see it right here. It's in the front, but I don't need it in the front because we want to map up the warehouse in a way that it has lines dividing the squares. So for example, I need to know where my robot is. So when I tell him move forward, he needs to move forward. And how do I know the movement was successful? Because from time to time he just slides on the table and doesn't really move. So for that, we are gonna use this color sensor, and let me explain how. We are gonna map the whole warehouse, and we're gonna have like a green dot in the middle of the square. So that helps us realize if the robot moved and reached the new position, because it has to move from green to green. But as a fail-safe, we also want to introduce red lines between squares. So we have one square marked, the whole square surroundings are marked with red line, and in the middle of the square you're gonna have a green dot or circle or something like this, because it's easier for us to better comprehend and understand the movement and make sure the robot actually moved to the next position. So let's begin. First, as you can see over here or over here, we need to get this out of the way. I need to remove, as I mentioned, the color sensor and put it on the bottom. Also, now I can remove this camera holder. This is a little bracket or stand that I made on the spot, so I can hold the camera here because I want to put that camera, which is a 4K. I can GoPro-like camera that can be used for such situation. But first, let me remove all the dots from the color sensor, and let's see, because now let's see what can I put on the table so I don't scratch the table. Okay. So I will also remove this bracket which holds the camera in place, and now we can flip it, and let's see, because I want to have this camera sensor with a whole lighting situation somewhere. I don't know if it's visible. Let me move it like this. So I want to have it somewhere here, but high enough that it doesn't touch the table, but not let's see if I can do it. So for that, I need first to make some adjustments. Of course, this can be done really easy if you remove this line on the back. Now we have some space. Let's see if the cable is long enough. Now let's move the cable out of the way. Okay. So I want it to be a little higher. And this can be done in two ways. One, I can adjust the height of the wheels. So for now, I have only small pieces to the wheels, and I can do that pretty much easily with the longer type of screws. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, of course I can find. There are several over here which can help me lift this up. So I got this over here. Okay, let's see, 1 and 2. Let's see if I lift this up. Okay, it's much higher now, and it's lifted from the chassis from the frame of the actual robot. So let's see. Now we need to do the same thing on the other wheel and just lift up everything. As you can already see, look at the height difference. So the this wheel is already higher than this one, and this will allow for enough space to mount the color sensor, or the, how do you want to call it? Not the color sensor, but you got it. Okay, so now I understood that I made a mistake because I didn't put 3 type of screws, because this is gonna have some weight, so you need to secure it in position. Let's see. Okay, good. Now we're gonna do the same on the other side, and I want to make sure that everything is lifted as in the proper position. Okay, let's see. Okay, everything is lifted right now. Let's see. So I mentioned that this will stay on the... Okay, it's the same thing for the back wheel, because now I've lifted the front wheels, both of them, and now I need to do the same for the back one. But for the back, I see that I only have these, so I need to put an extension for what I'm trying to do. I need an extension. So let's see. What can I use here? Because I can put an extension. Okay, I got it. We're gonna use something like this. Okay, but I need 2 pieces. I see I have one over here and the other one is not the same, so I have to find a different piece which has the similar length, and I found it because I haven't opened everything, because I didn't need anything in the package. So okay, now I've lifted the robot, and I need it to be lifted once more because it will be connected, not this time. Let's see. So instead of this, we're gonna use this. So actually you can see over here that I've already lifted, because this was already connected to the chassis of the robot, but I've put these little parts over here so I can lift it up. Great. Now you can see the wheels are on the same level. Also the back wheel is on the same level. Now let's see how we can better manage the color sensor. And I think it's gonna be easier than I thought, because before I had that situation where I couldn't put the camera because it was too close to the wheel and I need to be lifted up. So now I may have an even... Let's see. So if I put this one, yeah, I can lift it, right? Oh, it's much easier than I thought, because now I can connect just directly. But of course I don't want the cable to be too tight, so I will lift up just a little, because I can put these connection brackets over here and put the extension, the blue extension, as I did with the front and back wheels. So now we are good to go. Let's see where I want the cable to go. So now we are good to go. Now we have the... Let's remove all the dirt from it. Well, it's much nicer. As you can see here, there is some clearance at the level. And also, just to be safe, we want to put this chassis that connects the motors for both the wheels. And now let's see if we can reroute this cable so it doesn't get tangled or everything. And I'm thinking we should do it like this. It should go underneath cable management. Everybody knows you need a good cable management so you can do everything proper and look really good, because I don't want any cables to get in the way of the wheels. So for that, we're gonna try to do some cable management and then just connect the color sensor. Okay, I think now we're good to go. I still need to put the camera support on the front, and then here I had a bracket. Let's see, where was it? Because I moved it around, but I can put the yellow one. It doesn't really matter. I just need something to support it. Okay, much nicer. So we have the whole robot done, and let me explain how this goes. So we have this robot. This is Lego Spike Prime. You can create whatever robot combination you want. So the first thing you need to understand why I'm doing all this and why do I need all this complication with the wheels lifted. You can see here the blue pieces that I put so I can extend the wheels. So now we have the camera pointed down so we can see the circle and the lines, and it will know how much to go forward, when it reached the final destination. Why am I doing all this? Because we need a distance sensor. This is the distance sensor for the collision, because we're gonna have at least 3 robots in the whole circuit or warehouse simulation place where everything will be manageable and used, and this is for the collision. So whenever it will reach something less than 10 centimeters or 5 centimeters or whatever the distance it is set from the code, it will know it cannot go further, but it will know from the camera sensor, from the color sensor below, I'm still saying camera, but it's only color sensor, that it still needs to go forward because it didn't reach the small drift. So next step will be coding and connecting everything which is already in progress, and I still need to do some other adjustments. But now I think we have the final position and the whole, let's say, surface connected. You can see here the color sensor is already started. It is lighted because it has that light on, so it knows when to stop and when to move forward, and depending on the color. But that's a whole new story, and that's programming stuff. Without further ado, let me just say hello to my little friend. We have a little smile, and of course, see you on the next one. Bye.